The story of Sarah and the stubborn river. In the peaceful village of Maple Glen, surrounded by verdant hills and sparkling streams, lived a farmer named Sarah. Sarah was known for her diligence and proactive nature, always taking steps to ensure her farm ran smoothly. Her fields were lush, her animals were healthy, and her home was always in perfect order. One spring, after an unusually heavy rainfall, the river that flowed through Maple Glen began to swell. The water levels rose higher each day, and the villagers grew anxious about the potential flooding of their fields and homes. Sarah, ever the problem solver, decided to take action to protect her farm. She built barriers and dug trenches to divert the water, working tirelessly to keep the rising river at bay. Despite her best efforts, the water continued to rise, and her makeshift defenses were quickly overwhelmed. Exhausted and frustrated, Sarah sought advice from her elderly neighbor, Mr. Whitaker, who had lived in Maple Glen all his life. "Mr. Whitaker," Sarah said, "I've done everything I can to stop the river from flooding my farm, but nothing seems to work. What more can I do?" Mr. Whitaker, with a gentle smile, replied, "Sometimes, Sarah, a situation just needs to run its own course without interference. Nature has its own way of balancing things. Let it play out." Sarah was hesitant to heed his advice. She felt responsible for protecting her farm and couldn't bear the thought of standing by and doing nothing. But as the days passed and her efforts continued to fail, she decided to take a step back and observe the river. As she watched, she noticed that the river, though swollen and powerful, began to carve new channels and find its own path through the landscape. The water gradually receded, leaving behind fertile silt that enriched the soil. Her fields, though temporarily submerged, soon absorbed the nutrients from the floodwaters, resulting in a more bountiful harvest than she had ever seen. Sarah realized that by allowing the situation to run its course, nature had resolved the issue in its own way. The floodwaters, though initially threatening, had ultimately brought life and fertility to her farm. Reflecting on the experience, Sarah understood the wisdom in Mr. Whitaker's words. Sometimes, despite our best intentions, interference can cause more harm than good. By letting things play out, we allow natural processes to unfold and often find solutions that we could never have engineered ourselves. The moral of this story is, sometimes a situation just needs to run its own course without any interference. Let it play out. Nature and life have their own ways of resolving issues and finding balance. By stepping back and allowing events to unfold naturally, we can often find solutions and benefits that we wouldn't have discovered through intervention. In conclusion, Brokenwood Mystic Farms symbolizes the enduring connection between humanity and the land, a tribute to the beauty of nature and the importance of honoring traditions in a changing world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You won't want to miss our short story adventures. If you have any questions, requests, or just want to say hello, feel free to contact us at info@brokenwoodmysticfarms.com. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and have a fantastic day, my friends.